a fake backdrop. I'm not really in a beautiful cabin. I like to pretend I'm in some cabin in the woods. Not the horror movie, The Cabin in the Woods, but just a cabin in the woods. Hello, YouTube. How are you doing? It's me, Miss J, and here I am once again in the lovely Champagne Dreams Productions branch office. Hello, hello, hello. I wanted to come on. I figured this would be a good day for a lunch break live, where we talk about, because I mentioned this previously in a previous live where I talked about one of my many side hustles and like side projects, and I like to keep myself overly committed is basically what happens. And one of the things that I do is I make jewelry, and I sometimes sell jewelry. A lot of times I've just been doing it through Facebook. I haven't one of the things that just has not been on my like roadmap. Hello, Mama Champagne. You'll be very excited. We got some new jewelry to look at. One thing that I'm not very excited about trying to like conquer is figuring out a shopping cart system for my website, because I'm not consistent enough about making jewelry. And so I haven't decided that it's worth the investment to set up like a Shopify or Shop Eagle or whatever the different. I used to know a lot more because of a previous role that I had at the company that I'm at. I used to do more like customer service for people who sold on a website. And so I used to have more knowledge of what all the different programs and stuff were. But I already pay a monthly fee for my website, and I'm happy to do that. I love having my little space on the web and all of that, but I don't know that I want to figure out a shopping cart thing. So mostly I've sold through Facebook, but I was like, you know what? I have a kind of dedicated crew of people that I see a lot on YouTube, so I should share this with them as well. I also often show pictures. I at least will photograph and show pictures of the jewelry that I have on Instagram. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, it's at Janessa J Official. And sorry, I keep looking in the camera, and this hair is all over the place. We're just it's a lot. It's a lot. But I can never decide. I always feel like my problem is that I hate the sides and back. It always feels too much to me. I love to have that shaved down. And so, like the top hasn't even grown that long. Like it's not that long, but it just feels so wild and woolly because I'm not used to hair on the sides and back. That was a little distraction. I hope you enjoyed that. But let's talk about some jewelry. So these are some things that I made. I went on like a crafting binge. It's been a little while now, and I kept thinking I would get back to it, and I haven't. And so all of these are gold tone metal, because what I decided to do is I was like, before I do, hello, Stefan. How are you doing? Welcome to our little live stream. We're going to be talking about some jewelry that I made. And I like to do it, and Angie, my dear friend Angie, is the one who taught me how. She is amazing. She does all kinds of crafty things, and so she showed me how to make jewelry, and it's been kind of a fun passion ever since. And so yeah, so I buy a lot. Clearly I'm a shopper. Have you figured that out from like interacting with me in any capacity, that I do love to shop? I love to shop for makeup. I love to shop for crafting supplies. And so I was like, I put kind of a moratorium on any shopping for like new beads, new beads, new components. The only thing that I would allow myself to buy is like if I ran out of any of the like, so like the little metal connector pieces or the jump rings or things that I need to, and when we see the jewelry, you'll know more about that. Like I'll point some of those things out. I was like, I can buy more. I forget what they're called now. The word is falling out of my head, but so not the beads, not the pendants, not the fun, like sparkly, like the interesting bits, but the utilitarian parts that make it into a necklace or a set of earrings or whatever. And so any of those components I could still buy, but I was like, you can't keep buying pendants and beads until you start using it. So I was like, you know what? Let's sit down and I love to just put on a movie or a TV show and bend some metal and make some jewelry and stuff like that. And so I went on a little binge for a while, and I've been out of it for a little bit, but I need to get back into it because I want to finish up more of like the gold components that I have, and then move on to like the silver tone components that I have. But let's look at some of the things that I've made. And so I love working with, I often do a lot of stone jewelry, but I also will do just other kinds of glass and crystal beads. Oh yeah, I need to change to all messages. Is there more? Let's see. Top messages, all messages. Was there more? Oh, Kayla is here. Hello, Kayla. Yes. So thanks, Mama Champagne, for letting me know. Hello, Kayla. Nice to see you. Yes, I hate that YouTube is just like doing this. Why does it always default to like top messages. All of my messages are top messages. I'm not that big of a channel. It's not like I'm going to be flooded by thousands and thousands of people that are just like, because then you get like the kids that hop on are like 6'7", 6'7", and are like all that. Like I'm not that person, right? Like the people who come to my channel, like ever we get new people, and I love new people, welcome new people. But like it's not like I'm getting flooded by all these random messages that I don't want to see. All the messages are top messages. So that to YouTube, if you're have some AI bot scanning my content, just know that I fucking hate that shit that you do. Hello, Brittany Stevens. Hello, nice to see you again. So let's take a look. So I think I have this is a mix of like stone jewelry and crystal jewelry, and I always use a lot of stones and stuff, but I haven't been doing back. You are a big back. I am a big back bitch. Like, thanks for noticing. I am a thicker milkshake. I am a fluffy diva. I don't know if you think that like is. I'm glad you have eyes and sight. I know that some people don't, and so good for you. So this is a mix of some stones and some crystal pieces, and some of it I also like. We'll kind of figure it out as we go through. Hello. Oh, now people are coming in. So hello, Montserrat Rivera. Hello, nice to see you. Bodie King. Hello, Brittany Stevens 6767. Yeah, we have a child in the room. That's lovely. So here is the pendant. So here you can see this is a lovely faux cameo. I don't know if it's going to focus. I didn't think about that before I jumped into this. So this is a little faux cameo with a little crystal piece at the bottom. And then this is the necklace itself. And so here you can see we've got, I'm trying to figure out, I used a stone here, and I, for the life of me, cannot figure out what. I'm going to go in because I think I placed a big order. Thank you, Montserrat. Hope I'm saying that right. If I'm not, you can correct me. But yeah, I really like these, and I'm trying to remember. I'll have to go back. I placed a big order. So one of the last orders that I placed it's been a while now. It was last Black Friday, so not 2025, but 2024. I placed a big order with this shop. I love it. If you are ever in the like Tempe, Arizona area, I think it's actually Gilbert, Arizona. It's kind of one of those like, it's the Phoenix Metro, so you know how like around Minneapolis there's like Golden Valley and Eden Prairie. It's kind of one of those, like in the Phoenix area there's Gilbert, Arizona, there's Bernie's Beads. That place is heaven. If you like crystal stone beads, Bernie's Beads is like, and so I used to go to that area on work trips a lot. And so I would buy every time I was there. Well, now that I don't travel for work, a couple times, like if I have, like when I get my bonus from work and stuff, he always has big Black Friday sales. And so I will call and like, we'll set up a time and I will place like a big order. And it's usually like I get a big discount because he always gives like the more you buy, the more of a discount you get. And so the last one, like with the Black Friday and everything, I got 60% off, but it was still a big ticket when I got to the end, but it was 60% off, so it was worth it. So I need to check and see what stone this might actually be, because I thought it looks almost like labradorite, but there aren't any little flashes of color. So I'm wondering what stone I use. This is the problem when I don't make tags for them right away after I make them. So that is the first one. I'm taking a long time with the first one. So let's continue on. Let me go ahead and I've got a little rack here, so I'm just trying to find a new place to put it. So here is an all crystal one. So this is fun. These are some pendants that I got. Michael's was clearing some things out, and they had this line that had all of these little fun, like kind of 60s inspired pendants made with, there's a little like wig hair attached to that. Some people have cat hair on all their things. I have wig hair on everything. How did I make the social butterfly? God bless. Well, thank you. How did I make the social butterfly? I can't even read. How did you make the social beautiful? God bless you. I just like to play. I just like to play with color and with beads, and yeah, so I just have a good time. But yeah, so they were clearing a bunch of these. Do I eat too much McDonald's? I'm not a big fan of McDonald's. They're okay. I don't know, Brittany, if you this is just the first time that you realized that like fat people existed. I don't know what kind of life you've had. I don't know what your struggle is, but yep, we're out here. So this is a fun little seed bead pendant that we got. And so I have things that are similar to this that have these little like seed beads in these very kind of geometric shaped pendants. And yeah, I just think they're kind of fun. They kind of feel very 60s to me. So I put some fun like crystal beads. So we've got these kind of gold tone crystal beads, and then we've got these beads that are kind of gold with blue, and they're kind of a crackle crystal. And then we have the gold, and I just kind of alternated those. And then at the end of the chain, we have all the blue and gold. So we did some more of these lighter gold up towards the front. So like down where you're wearing it. And then we have that. There we go. Oh, Montserrat, I appreciate you. I am fat. Like, I certainly am a fat person, but I also am like very much into like fat liberation and body positivity. It's just an adjective. Like, sometimes, like, people, school is your struggle right now. We can tell. And so it's one of those things where people say it as like if it's a mean thing. And it's really not. Like it's just an adjective. It's like I'm a fat person, I'm a blonde person. Well, my roots tell a different story, but in my heart, I'm a blonde person. I'm a brown-eyed person, and so all of those different kinds of things. So it's just an adjective, and people say it with a sneer, and they mean it to be mean, but it's like, yeah. Welcome to the world of the sighted. I'm glad you're here. So here's another kind of faux cameo. This is one that I love these colors with this gold tone, this beautiful faux cameo that's got some little rhinestone details. You hate school? I loved school. I was a big fan of school. If I could afford it, if I was just like independently wealthy, I would just take classes again, just for fun, just to do it. So we've got these kind of, I believe these are obsidian. No. What are those? I think those actually are dark agate. I need to check my notes again. You can see, but then we've got these glass pearls that have this beautiful, um, beautiful glass pearls that kind of match, and then these crystal accents on either side of the stones. Why do I like school? I just like learning. I don't like the tests. Like, I'm not such a huge fan of like the tests and quizzes and things like that, but just gaining knowledge and learning new things is something that I really love. I just love learning new things. That's one of my kind of neurodivergences, is that I'll get interested in something and I'll buy a whole bunch of books and like I'll just kind of read and nerd out on it, and then I'll like move on to the next thing. So I just am all about that. To Pretty, where do you find these? Because I'm going to get out of my bed and I'm going to go find them. So I find a lot of my pendants and stuff from Michael's. I do sometimes. So here's the thing. I understand that Hobby Lobby is the enemy. I call them crafters against vaginas. I really try to. I only shop with things that are 50% off. Because I recognize that like they are doing bad things in the world, and I only buy jewelry stuff from there, and I only buy it when it's 50% off. And I try to limit how much money actually goes to them. Because there just are limited, like at this point now, Joann's has closed. There's all these different places that have closed. Getting things in there, we used to have an independent bead store in Grand Forks. We don't anymore. So Michael's and Hobby Lobby are kind of the two. Like I'll find something like in the Walmart crafting section, but not very often. It's not usually very good. A lot of times the stone mixtures, it's like a mixture of beads. And so then if you want things that match and coordinate, you have to buy a whole bunch of them at once. Like it's weird. So I buy a lot of stuff online. I also buy pendants. Mama Champagne sends me stuff all the time. She'll be like, I was shopping on Temu and found you a bunch of pendants and stuff. So yeah, the pendants and stuff I think are really fun. Yeah, I just want to learn about it, and I just want to kind of figure it out and wrap my brain around it. So I'll kind of, yeah. Here is another fun one. So this one is a little bit more delicate. I like my kind of overall thought is life is too short for boring accessories. So I make a lot of stuff that's big and colorful and ostentatious. I recognize that everybody is not a big drag queen hooker clown like me. So sometimes I like to make things a little bit more petite, still colorful, still fun. Um, let's see. I'm just not. You didn't go to school today. I'm so happy. Yeah, I I do love a snow day. That's now that I am an adult out in the workforce, where like we don't exactly get snowed, and I work virtually, but I my office is not in my home, so I still have to like go to work. But then people are sometimes like, "Why is it hard for you to be in? Like you work from home." I don't work from home. I work virtually. So I miss snow days. I miss snow days, definitely. So here is the pendant. It's just kind of a little fun. It's just got a little like slice of carnelian, and then it's got the honeycomb and that little bee pendant. I just thought that was so cute. And so I decided to pair that with some more petite beads. And so here we have some freshwater pearls. And then we have some matte. So these are like polished carnelians, but they're polished to kind of like a matte finish. And then we've got some peach aventurine on either side. And then we just kind of alternated that across the whole chain. So we've got freshwater pearls, carnelian, and these peach aventurine, which I think are just gorgeous. And I think they work really beautifully with that little carnelian slice that is in the pendant. To go see snow. It was so, I want to with my family to go see snow. So are you in a place that normally doesn't get snow? Because I know that like the world is weird right now. We're like, right now in North Dakota, it's too cold to snow. We have had like negative 20s, negative 10 for almost a week now. It's starting to wear on me. My tires started to like get low because it gets so cold that the air in your tires like even compresses. And so I started getting like low tire warnings, and it was kind of a mess. So, and I know that other places that normally don't get very cold are getting cold, that don't normally get snow are getting snow. This is one. Let's see what we've got here. So this is a fun piece. Again, this is a little bit lighter, a little bit. Thanks, Mama Champagne. Here's one that's a little bit more subdued. So it's just this beautiful, like preserved leaf pendant. This is one that I got from Hobby Lobby, and that's another thing that I'll say about it is I understand that like I'm giving a little bit of money to Hobby Lobby, but also then I turn around and make jewelry that I sell, and that then contributes to my big queer life that I know Hobby Lobby would hate. So that's I understand we all have to draw our line somewhere, and for me there just aren't enough crafting resources because a lot of crafting stuff it's hard to buy online because especially like with stone beads because they will show you one thing in the listing, and unless they tell you you are getting this exact string of beads, it's hard to know because stones have different qualities, different, some of them look really beautiful when they're polished, and then there are some like of the same stone that if they pull part that's just not as good, you can get these really bland, kind of not very attractive looking stones. So like a lot of stone jewelry, I trust Bernie's beads because everything I've gotten from them, whether I was in the store or they sent it to me, and they'll send like pictures and I can pick out specific strands if I want. Like they're so customer service friendly. This is not sponsored, I promise you, but I just love Bernie's beads. And so like their stuff is always good. So I'll buy that virtually. But some stones, like I've ordered stuff on eBay where I'll get like amethyst or rose quartz or something that like should be pretty easy to get good beads overall. And it's just like it's just not good. It's just not good. Emma, Indiana, but it's cold here. Does it snow? I'm so sad because I would have gotten Build a Snowman. Yeah, so we've had some snow, but now we're just like super, super, super cold. So with this leaf pendant, I decided green. I love that this is preserved in gold, but as kind of like a green leafy kind of moment. These are just a nice light aventurine that again has kind of a matte finish. It's not like super shiny. And then I added these sort of crystal rondelle beads that have, they're sort of light green. And then one side has this swipe of like a beautiful iridescent metallic coating. And so then as it moves, then you get more of that sparkle and it kind of moves around. And then we just kind of alternated those. And so again, I like to alternate and have different beads together. I think that's a lot of fun. So there is a green one. All right, let's go ahead. This is another. I must have been on a like. Let's try to do things a little bit more subtle, a little bit more subdued, that are still colorful and still beautiful. But I understand like sometimes people want something a little bit petite. So this is a fun little. I believe this opens. So this is like a little heart shaped. I think you could put like perfume in here. Let me see if it actually opens or if it just moves. Let's see. How many dumb drag queens does it take to open up the... I can't get it to open. I thought this was a little perfume bottle, but I'll have to play with that. And when I do the actual listing, I'll make sure that I know that. But so it's got these beautiful like rhinestone accents. It's this beautiful like carved filigree kind of front in the gold tone. And then we've got just these crystal beads that they're opaque, but they've got a lot of sparkle and like a little coating. And so there is, and then we just put other crystal. So they've got kind of this turquoise with some green and then some bits of brown. It's just kind of marbled. And so that's just, again, they're a little bit smaller. It's a little bit more petite. So my name is just my public name. I go by Janessa. That is my drag name. I'm a drag performer. And yeah, that's kind of basically how I go on the internet. My real name is Chris, but I don't go by that online very often. Usually I'm in full drag, but I've been doing more of these lives where I just play and I'm just kind of on out of drag, but I still usually go by Janessa. I don't go by Chris very often. And Christopher is only if Mama Champagne is mad at me, then or Angie for some reason calls me Christopher, but generally I just go by Janessa. And that is it for me. I know some people feel differently, like in terms of like presentation and all that kind of stuff. I'm pronoun agnostic. I have so many different like personas and ways that I exist. People can use whatever pronouns. I'm sort of uncomfortably non-binary. That's a whole other story. But yeah, so that's the short story made very long of what my name is. So this one is fun. This is a little, I believe it's a cicada. But just this fun, like glass with gold tone accent bug pendant. I just think that's so fun. But what do you perform at? Oh, I don't mind at all. So I do drag performance. So I dress up big wigs and very like high femme. I'm kind of old school drag. I love big hair and big rhinestones and big sequins. I do lots of makeup. And so there's a lot of stuff. If you check out my channel, I've got a lot of like get ready with me kind of videos. I've got makeup reviews. I also do horror movies. I do vintage toy videos, stuff like that. And so I do like drag shows where I go and I lip sync and I perform. I also host some of the shows that I perform in, and I also sometimes do community theater. I'm actually directing a community theater show right now called the Nut Lab in Grand Forks, North Dakota. And so that is kind of my other big project right now. So with this little cicada, we added some kind of, these are crystal beads. These have kind of like a matte finish, but they've got this iridescent kind of color coating on the mat. So again, I love beads that have like just these unexpected little flashes of color. So as you move and as the beads shift, you get these little, it's not just one color. And then more of those greens, the rondelles on either side. And yeah, and then we go up here and we've got more of that matte finish aventurine with the same rondelles. And so we just kind of alternate that. So that's our little cicada. This one's a little bit longer. I am, as Brittany earlier pointed out, I am a big back bitch. So I have a big fatty neck. And so I make sure that my pieces always fit me. But some of them I like to even be longer, because I know that sometimes, especially like I have a big neck, but also people who are very chesty, sometimes things will get lost in the cleavage, and if it's too short, it hits in this weird area where it always just kind of falls. So like if you want to have it sit on top of your shirt, I try to make a lot of my things a little bit longer so that you can do that as well. I also love scary movies. I am a big fan of scary movies. I haven't been watching as much scary stuff lately just because the world is the horror movie that I'm watching right now. But yeah, I do. I love scare. I love slashers. I love 80s slashers are my favorites. Are we ready for a little bit of pink? Do we need a little bit? It's getting close to Valentine's Day. That's why I'm terrible. So I always miss like the big holiday stuff. Like obviously I should have photographed this stuff and got it ready for Christmas shopping. Didn't do that, but I was like, well, Valentine's is coming up, so maybe people need some jewelry for that. So here's a perfect Valentine's piece. Here is a rose quartz heart, and this one, it is pink, but because it's on the gold, it does look a little bit more peach, and it is coming. This is a beautiful rose gold piece that we have in. It's like, you know what, let's do a full rose gold and add a little bit of crystal. So these are faceted, the large beads are faceted rose quartz, are faceted rose quartz, and then we have these pink with this little bit of like pearly white shine to them, these rondelle crystal beads. And so we have a rose quartz, and this one I just did the same. I didn't alternate anything. I was like, let's just let this be a beautiful rose quartz piece. Rose quartz is always popular. Rose quartz and amethyst, always, whenever I do jewelry sales, always, they're beautiful basic stones, and they're so nice. I just love them. Another stone I love working with. Oh, sorry if this is choppy. My internet is doing this thing where it's like it keeps reconnecting and reconnecting. I know what you can do when you and your live grab me some snacks and lay down, all right, I love it. Yes, lay down, relax, enjoy the live. Another stone I really love working with is tiger eye. So this is a beautiful, I love this sort of like gold bronzy, and it's so beautiful. It's almost metallic. I love tiger eye. Tiger eye is a fantastic stone. It's absolutely beautiful. And so for this one, I decided to alternate. We've got little bitty tiger eye round beads, and then we've got this kind of crystal bead that's got a metallic gold coating, which I thought was fun and really brought out the kind of metallic side of the tiger eye. And then we've got these larger faceted tiger eye beads in between. So then we just kind of alternated that all the way down on the chain. So I love tiger eye. Tiger eye is a beautiful, if you love golds and warm colors, and like if gold is kind of your metal of preference, tiger eye is great with gold because it really makes the gold kind of seem extra gold. Here's another tiger eye piece. I just love it. I just love it. So here's this this is a vintage pendant that I found. So when I'm out like thrifting or shopping at places that sell like used and vintage jewelry, I'm always looking for pendants or beads that I can repurpose and things. So this was a vintage pendant based on the bail on here. I'm assuming that this is maybe like 70s. I feel like this looks like a lot of jewelry that I've seen from the 70s with this kind of bail. And so this, just a gorgeous, gorgeous piece to have that vintage. And then we have, so these are little crystal beads. They're faceted. They're kind of a gold tone. And then we've got some of those like faceted rounds of the tiger eye, and then just kind of alternate those. And so that's a beautiful tiger eye piece. Did I watch Stranger Things? I did. I'm not gonna lie, I was not super impressed with the final season. It wasn't for me. Not everything has to be for me. I understand that the world does not cater to me. I did really love that show, but I did not love the final season. There were moments in it that I really liked, but overall I was not a huge fan. So here we have another, so this is for my blue lovers. If you love some blue, this is a beautiful like little geometric gold tone pendant that's got this beautiful piece of lapis. Let me just make sure. Yep, this is lapis. So lapis and sodalite sodalite often has a lot more white to it, so sometimes you can tell it that way, but sometimes they will look very similar. And one way that you can tell is that lapis will have little bits of, it looks like gold, Do I have any light blue? Let's see. I don't have any light blue right now in the new stuff. Let me see if I have any other. I don't really have any light blue. I'll have to look and see. I'll add that to my list to add some light blue because that's definitely a hole in the collection. This one has a little bit of light blue in it, but it's much more of like a deeper blue because then we have, as we go up, we have these, I believe those are blue aventurine. So we've got blue tiger eye. The little ones are blue tiger eye, which I believe there is tiger eye that happens naturally that is blue, but I do believe that these are also color treated to make the blue more intense. I always try to, I don't mind if stones are color treated or altered. I know that for some people that really makes a difference. For this one, these I got from Bernie's Beads, and I do believe, just looking at the nature of the blue and the way that they look, I do believe that these are, I do believe that these are color treated a little bit just to intensify the blue. But they are like a natural tiger eye, and blue tiger eye. I would guess that this is blue tiger eye that's like treated to make it a little bit more, like obviously blue. And then this is blue aventurine that we have in between, and just did that. And I often try to sort of match up the beads that are next to each other. I mean, they're not going to hang next to each other because it'll be like spaced out, but I try to keep it somewhat. But that's part of the fun of stone, is that there's natural variations. So that is the blue tiger eye and lapis and blue aventurine. Do I want to hear a joke? Maybe, if it's a good one. If it's, I do like dad jokes. So dad jokes, even if they're bad jokes, I like good jokes. But as long as it is not punching down, shall we say, that's what I appreciate. Thank you, Kayla. Yeah, I love that blue. I think that's great. That pendant was a fun find. Another one for my tiger eye fans. This is one that's kind of fun and different. Now, this one I thought was really fun. This is just a little honeycomb pendant, just a simple metal honeycomb. And I decided to pair it with some honey tiger eye. So this is called honey tiger eye. And this is just a tiger eye that is a much lighter, more yellow, honey colored, right? Like, makes sense. So I thought the honey tiger eye with a honeycomb pendant, I thought that worked really well. And just the beautiful, because tiger eye is beautiful in all its forms. I do love tiger eye, but something about this like lighter, buttery yellow honey tiger eye I think is just so beautiful. And I always I always have a little extender chain, and I always have some sort of little dangle. A lot of times it's just one of the beads that I used in here. I'll just use another one. This is just kind of a fun little pendant that I had. It was a little like no cash value, that just this little fun like lucky token kind of thing. And so that's the dangle that's on there. I don't always show the dangle when I show these off, but I just thought that one was kind of fun. How are we doing for time? So we've been here about 32 minutes. Why did a dad went to go running? Oh, this feels like it's going to be a dad joke. Why did he? I don't know. Tell me. I want to know. Here's my favorite har joke. A Roman walks into a bar, holds up 2 fingers, and says, 5 beer. 5 beers, please. I like that. Roman numerals. I like that. To go find a dog because they're so pretty. I like that. I like it. I don't entirely get it, but I like it. I'm here for it. Now, are you ready for my favorite color? So my favorite color is green. And so this one is right up my alley. And this is a fun, like, look at this beautiful agate with the like crystal growth that's turned into this little slice. Oh, it's so beautiful. I just love that. I just love this green. And then as we go up, I had to put some of my favorite greens. So this is like a green aventurine. And then again, we've just got these little, on these, we've got little white crystal rondelles. So these are like a faceted crystal. And then we go up here and we've got, oh, actually, let me look closer. Yeah, I believe these are aventurine, but the little, oh, what are these? Okay. I have to go back to all of my notes. Yeah. So then we have, so here we have malachite. So this is, this is real malachite, but I believe that these are, because these are not from Bernie's beads. I believe these are from Michael's. And Michael's, they have what's called reconstituted malachite, where they make it out of real malachite. It is like the actual malachite. It is the actual stone, but it's pieces that are then like little excess pieces that are reformed, and they create beads that look like polished malachite, because malachite can be a very expensive stone sometimes. And so Michael's is always looking for ways to like give you a cheaper option, which I appreciate. Excuse me, pretty girl, which I appreciate, but also it can be a little odd. So we have these malachite, and then on either side we have these stones. And I'm trying to figure out what I used here, because these have kind of a like cat's eye kind of. And so I wonder if that's like a color treated version of something. I need to check all my notes before I go and do the final. Yeah, I do love the crystal beads. I love working with stones and crystals. And so then we just alternated that. So this, I love this piece because it's green. It's my favorite. And I mentioned earlier, so here's another crystal piece. I mentioned that like anytime I do amethyst, they're always popular. I love amethyst in both gold and silver. So I usually do amethyst a lot of times, whatever color. Yeah, it could be jade. Whatever color I use is often based on what color the pendant is. So like this one, this little wire wrapped tree pendant, beautiful, beautiful amethyst stone, but it's wrapped in gold. So then I use gold findings. That's the word I couldn't think of earlier, like jump rings and the little posts that we use to make. So those, depending on the shape of the end, they're either called a head pin or an eye pin. And so like those are findings. So that's what I'm allowed to buy. If I run out of findings, so if I need jump rings or like lobster claws or any of the like utilitarian parts, that I'm still allowed to buy, but I'm not allowed to buy beads right now. So that's where, although I have clearly I've made a lot of jewelry, but and then we just have amethyst on here because I love sometimes just a beautiful amethyst piece. People love amethyst. Amethyst is a very like excuse me, a very calming, very centering kind of stone. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, we're at about 37 minutes, so pretty soon I have to go back to work. I have a few more. Let's see, how many more do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the new necklaces. So let's go ahead and try to get through all of them. So this, I have some fun ones that I'm going to be doing. I had this group of pendants that I found, and I wanted to do, again, I love fun, colorful, playful jewelry. And so this is, I have a set of 3 of these little like geometric dinosaur pendants. And so this is kind of a metallic brown, which I thought was really cute. So this one I combined with, we've got these brown glass pearls again. So these are faux pearls that have a brown kind of color coating on them. Then we have these crystal beads, these glass beads in shades of blue. So we alternated kind of a lighter blue and a darker blue. And then I put these kind of champagne gold, smaller round beads, faceted round beads. And so then this one is just fun. I just think these dinosaurs are so fun and so quirky. And then the dangle, I found these little dinosaurs. So he got a little, so he's a little stegosaurus and a stegosaurus dangle on there. Then we have one where we have this little gold tone triceratops. Oh, I'm a February baby, so I was given a lot of amethyst jewelry growing up. Thank goodness I like it. So, yes, Mama Champagne is a February baby as well. And I certainly have just like often flooded her with amethyst jewelry. So I like that she likes amethyst because she gets it as gifts. So there is a fun triceratops. And then I decided to add pinks and berries. And so this is kind of a, so we've got these little faceted pink crystals, and we've got 2 sizes, a slightly smaller size down here, and then a slightly larger one here. Here we've got, this is peach moonstone. So this has a little bit more opacity. This is like a peach moonstone. And then this is tiger eye that has been color. So like tiger eye does not occur in this sort of bright fuchsia pink. And so this is color treated tiger. It is a natural stone, but it is color treated. So we have the peach moonstone and then the pink tiger eye. And so here you can see we alternate those. And so sometimes like here you can see like this is different from Peach Aventurine because you can see that like there's more opacity. Peach Aventurine isn't transparent, but it has a little bit more translucency. Whereas Peach Moonstone, it has a little bit more of like a surface glow and surface reflection, but it's a pretty opaque stone. And then this one has a little pink Brontosaurus. Hello, Ellie Mae. How's it going? We are getting close to wrapping up, but we're going through some jewelry that I made that I'm going to be listing for sale at some point. I'm going to try to get it up so that people can get it for Valentine's Day, but I'm always slow with this kind of stuff. And then a green one. We got to have a green dinosaur. So our next dinosaur is this beautiful little green Brontosaurus. Look at how cute that is. I thought that was super fun. And then we have just a little green crystal bead. And then we have these cracked glass. So this is all like glass. This is like a crackle glass in green. And then we've got some of these opaque crystal rondelles, which are kind of a fun teal color. And then we do 2 of the crackle glass greens, and we've got these green rondelles on there. So we've doubled. And then, so this one we alternate, but it's not just like alternating every one. It's like a set of 1, a set of 2, a set of 1, a set of 2, just to get a little bit more of this bright green because I think it goes really well with the Brontosaurus. And then we've got a little green T-Rex. How cute is he? Oh, look at that. Look at how fun that is. Hello, Ellie Mae. I think I said hello to you. I'm so distracted. Oh, yeah, I did because I said we were getting close to wrapping up. It's been, the world is on fire and I don't know where I am. So I talked earlier about how I repurpose vintage pendants. This is one that I found when, I believe when Mama Champagne and I were out shopping at this little boutique, and I found this fun. I just thought this was really fun. And I forget what kind of, if it was just on a gold chain, or if it was on maybe like a leather cord or something, but I just thought this was really fun. This is like a little gold tone piece that's got some enamel painting. And it's this beautiful flower. And so I decided to add some tigerite because I wanted to really play with those kind of turquoisey and brown and orangey kind of tones. So I thought, let's put a little bit of tiger eye. And then this is something I got from Mama Champagne. And these are, I think maybe I got these at Michael's actually. Because these are reconstituted turquoise. So again, they took turquoise, like actual turquoise, because turquoise is another one. I think because it's soft, I think sometimes trying to make like polished beads, that's why a lot of times you'll see turquoise jewelry and it's like clumpy, is because you can cut pieces to like put into something, but it's a little bit softer. So when you try to make like, when you try to polish rounded beads or whatever, or if you try to facet it, it can go a little wonky. So I believe these are reconstituted turquoise. And then we've got just little metallic, again, with that kind of coppery orange gold, and then just kind of alternating those. I thought that was really fun. So I don't show off all of the dangles because sometimes like this dangle is just another tiger eye. But sometimes I have a fun dangle like a dinosaur or a little token. So this one I think is really fun. I love working with old pendants, repurposing them. 2 more, and these are both for my gold lovers. We've got some gold tone stuff. So this pendant is kind of fun. This has a real 80s vibe to me. This very like fun kind of leopardy looking, where it's got the gold rhinestones. It's got black behind it. It's got a little bit of like, is that black enamel? Yeah, black enamel. Oh no, that's actually part of the cut piece. So there's actually like a piece that fills the whole backing. So like a molded piece. So it's got that to provide the black behind the face. I thought that was really fun. And then for this, we just went with crystal beads. We just went with different kinds of faceted crystal beads. So we've got down here these like opaque black, and then these gold rondelles. And then we went up here, and then we've got a large gold rondelle in the black. So we just kind of played with these 2 different colors of beads, but in different sizes, and just kind of alternated those. So that's a fun piece. We've got a little gold and black piece on the end. And then the last one, let's wrap this up so I can go back to work. So I can go back to work. Yay! Let's see, what is this? Ooh, okay. So this is, again, this is for my sunflower fans. This is a beautiful little enamel sunflower pen. I was looking at it for a second. I was like, is this um a vintage pendant? But it's not. This one, I do remember finding this one, I believe, at Michael's. And so this is just a beautiful sunflower pendant. And then for this one, we did all the same. And so what we've got for this is another crystal one. And so this is like yellow agates. So we've got these beautiful yellow agates. And then we've got these tiger eye, these little tiger eyes on the side. So we get that beautiful brown and yellow. And then I had this little bee, like these little mini pendants, this little mini pendant of a bee. So sometimes there are things that will be sold as like pendant, where if you like really petite little jewelry, you can get little pendants and stuff. I often use those little pendants as dangles on the end of the chain. I love having that little, even though it's not something that people really see, I also want little like treats and little surprises for the people who wear the jewelry, who own the jewelry. If you help somebody put a necklace on and then you see like, oh, there's a little bee, it's a little surprise just between the two of you. So I like that. So those are the new pieces that I have. I also have some like other like inventory. Oh no, I think I do have, I do have a few other new ones. So we'll save those as a surprise, because I don't think I have anything. A lot of them are these like seed bead pendants and stuff. So yeah, so we'll just go through those, because those are the newest. These are other ones that are somewhat new. Yeah, they're not new. I've listed these before. They're inventory that I still have. They're on the newer side of some of the inventory. I will show this one just because I have to. Because this is another one of those seed bead pendants. And like I said, I have a ton of these. And yeah, so we have that. And then I thought it would be fun. This is very plain. It's got this gold tone setting. It's got the white seed beads. I was like, let's make a rainbow. And so I've got these little, I found these beads that are just little, I believe they are quartzite that has been dyed. So quartzite is like a milky version of quartz. So if it's like a quartz, but it's not clear where you can see through it, that's like a milky quartz, or they call it quartzite. And a lot of times, if you're doing beaded stuff and you're shopping at Michael's, do check the labels, because they are faking a lot of things. Like even like rose gold, rose gold. I keep saying rose gold. Even rose quartz, which is not usually, for the most part, it's like really high quality specimens can get expensive, but like rose quartz is not usually an expensive stone. But for some reason, like Michael's has started offering like dyed quartzite to look like rose quartz. And it's like, why? Rose quartz is not that expensive. So why are you trying to make an even cheaper version of a cheap stone? Just because they want more money. They want more of our money. But they're less evil than Hobby Lobby, so we continue to shop from them. So I just kind of did this fun, like 3 iterations of the rainbow. So this is good for, just like people who want maybe a little pride necklace. It's not quite a chakra necklace, because we've only got the 6 colors. We don't have a 7th for the crown chakra, but we do have the like 6 rainbow colors. So beautiful. So that's just a fun little piece. So these at some point will be going for sale somewhere. I'll try to put a post up. Like I said, I don't really want to go through the trouble of trying to set up a shopping cart for my website, but we never know. All right, I should get back to work. We're at 48 minutes, so I've got 10 minutes left on my lunch break, and I should probably eat some actual lunch. I've got some goodies. I've got some leftovers in the fridge. I used to work at the mall for years and years and years, so I got really good at shoving food in my face really fast. And so I can eat my leftovers and get back to work from my 1-hour lunch break. So I hope everybody's having a lovely day. Let's see if I can remember my outro. So replay crew, you rock. Make sure to leave a comment. And if you watched the live, we would appreciate if you circled back around and left a comment down below to let me know how you're doing. Feed that algorithm. Feed me, Seymour. While you are down there, don't forget to hit that thumbs up to tell me you appreciated the video. Or if you are like, girl, what are you doing? What is this Holly Hobby handicraft bullshit that you were doing? You can go ahead and give me that thumbs down. It is all engagement. The algorithm isn't a picky bitch, and neither am I. And while you're down there, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit the bell icon so you'll be notified every time I upload a video or go live. I try really hard to make sure I have at least 1 video or live per week. I know the videos have been a little bit more fewer and farther between. The world is just crazy and work has been a little stressful, and so I haven't had as much time or energy for editing as I sometimes do, but I try to make sure I go live to supplement that as well, so that we still hang out out. We still have a good time together, and I am still the trash queen of glam, geek, and gore. And so I do give you at least one video or live a week, and if you're lucky, if you're very lucky, you might even get a bonus video. Ooh, unlikely. If you'd like to chat, banter, or commiserate between uploads, all of my social media will be linked down in the description box below, including a link to my website. Just pretend it's there. The World of Champagne at janessaj.com. Thank you so. If you watch a video, like a filmed video, that will make sense all the way to the end. But yeah, so I hope everybody has a lovely day. I love and appreciate all of you for stopping by. Any time that you spend with me, I always appreciate it. Any of the new people that stop by, think about subscribing. I would love to have you hang around and join the family and check out all of the fun content and get all of the updates on my post tab. And yeah, until I see you again, bye. Now, how do I turn this off? Okay. Okay, bye.